Hello, hello. See if we can remember how we used to do this. What's happening, everybody? We got, whoa! I'm gonna get our camera ready here. How's everybody doing? Primetime's here, Jesse's here. We got Cowboy John. What's happening? Not really prepared for this, but here we go. How you doing, Cowboy? Jesse, we're going to show off the garden, or at least what we have done so far. Prime time, how you doing, my man? Just watching the pick and roll. Cool, man. Appreciate it. We're going to check out the garden here. It looks different every year, guys. All right. Feel free to hit that like, share it out. I'll be here for maybe an hour or so. Let me get this music off. There we go. How's everybody doing? I saw that game coming back out. I used to love that game back in the day. Hey, Victor, what's happening, man? Let me see if I can rearrange this a little better. Get us a better camera angle. Hey, man, chilling. About to show off the garden here in a little bit. If I can get this thing to work correctly. Well, soon I'll just turn around and show you the rest of the garden. Yeah, I made that beat up myself. So I'll give another minute or two, see if everybody pops in. People can check the replay. This is the first of the series for the summer. I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years I've been doing this now. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know you guys can hear me okay. I hope the sun doesn't come out because then my phone will overheat. But we have the herb garden over here. We got the grapevine over there. And we got the garden behind me here. And we'll talk about what we put in this year, what's different than before. So we did change some things up. The dirt here. Thank you, Victor. So I'm always worried about sound and how you guys can hear me. Thank you, Cowboy. So after this, in a minute, I'm going to show off where I'm at. I still have a couple things to plant, a couple things to rearrange, and trying some new things as well. Just bringing up my other phone here to see. Make sure it's all shared out. Make sure you guys let everybody know we're back in the garden. I know sometimes it takes a little while to get everything all situated. Odds, what's up, Odds? Yeah, if you go back, I have a playlist on my channel that basically describes what I've done to this backyard. It was all grass. Part of this area here that wouldn't grow grass, I had to put artificial grass. But slowly but surely, with these hands, gravel, block, concrete, pavers, different types of rock, and I just made it my little oasis back here. We'll take the tour around the whole thing here in a minute and show it off. And then I'm always taking suggestions. Like if you guys think of something you'd want me to grow. So if you guys, and I'm a rookie. Let me preface all this to anybody who's new to this little garden stream. It's a chill stream. Good odds. Whoa! No, I don't want to end the stream. I'm trying to keep this thing right where it is. There we go. I'm a lot better. Like today, not really 100% yet, but the illness I've had for the past couple of weeks has been really crappy, and personal stuff, and everybody deals that too. But I am doing well today. The sun's out. Cut my grass. I'm going to make lunch right after this, so I'm waiting after this to eat. Yeah. Well, normally, you know, the people tomatoes, peppers, onions, the standard stuff. For those that don't know, I have a stomach disease, so I can't really eat hot stuff or too much raw vegetables and stuff. So mainly what I've done, and I'll show you each of the parts here in a second, I've converted this into an herb garden where I make my own allspice. So instead of using salt on everything, I try to make my own allspice with a bunch of different natural herbs. Um, I have some flowers here now. I want to help the bees. I know the bees need all the help we can get them, et cetera, as well. So, copy. Yeah, if you can, you gotta share this out because that's one of the things. This is just a chill stream. We sit here and talk about it. But instead of regular tomatoes, I grow yellow tomatoes. They're less acidic. Um, Instead of hot peppers, they're sweet peppers because I can't really eat a lot of hot stuff. Onions I planted a while ago. They're starting to pop up. You'll see that. I was going to do asparagus, but it takes like 2 years before you get asparagus. I have asparagus crowns. I may still plant them. Um, so I don't have quite as much in the garden this year because it wasn't growing very well. And instead of doing everything in the dirt this year, I'm going to do buckets above ground, planters, and stuff like that. So you'll see what I'm talking about. We're always trying new stuff out. So if you think of something you want me to plant, let me know. You guys asked for blueberries and blackberries last year, and I have a blueberry bush right there where I'll show you we're finally getting blueberries. And a raspberry bush that's not doing real good. It's in the ground. I got 3 raspberry bushes, and I got 3 blackberry bushes. So I have other bushes that I'm trying to grow. But the problem with that, what's up, LD? How you doing? LD's in the house. So the problem with, I did strawberries before, but the birds ate them. So the problem with berries, obviously, are birds. I have bird net that I can put up if I have to. Um, Hydrangea flowers, I never did those before my parents. It's a family thing that my grandmother and my mother and dad have them, so I have them now as well. But I'm up for suggestions. It's all trial and error. I'm just a novice. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning from YouTube videos and from failing. So that's kind of what we do. We just try things out, see if they work, and if they don't, we move on. Uh, Let me try something here. I'm gonna try to share this out a little more. See, I hate hot food. Meat and spicy food don't get along. Well, it's the same reason I'm just no. Well, I can eat hot food. It just hurts coming back out. Thank you so much, Victor. I'm actually gonna do that on my regular Facebook as well. And we'll see if we can get covered. A lot of people watch the replay for these two because it's only going to be an hour or so that I'll be here. I like to just give you a prep and then we'll. Last year we had a cucumber race. We were seeing was it cucumbers? I think it was cucumbers. Yeah, they were crawling up the back of the. This year we also planted sunflowers, so that's going to be interesting. I planted 5 of them, 5 spaces of sunflowers. And what I'll do is once they get so tall, you pick out the ones that don't look as strong and you keep the one. But I got to tie it up against the fence and sunflowers. We'll see how it goes. But we're doing sunflowers. We have a grapevine over there. I have a new grape that I planted last year that's doing a lot better, starting to grow. We'll see. I planted originally 2 grapevines and only one made it. My grandmother used to have great grapevines. That's why I always did those. Other than that, I do have peppers. I have banana peppers and I have bell peppers. I do have cherry tomatoes, so little tomatoes. I'll show you. I still have to plant those, and I have some potting mix. I still have a lot of work to do. It's a process throughout the whole summer, and that's why I like it too because it keeps me busy. Yeah, Logan, what's happening, man? Good to see you. It's weird how it takes like 15, 20 minutes for people to make it in, but that's fine. Like I said, catch the replay too. So we're gonna go over the herb garden. We're gonna go over the veggie garden, fruit garden. Um, and just show it all off. The fruit, it's going to take a while. And I'm learning by failing. because you'll see this blackberry bush, and I'm really considering putting one of the blackberry bushes in a container and see if it grows better there. Just because number one, I know my soil's not great. Um, I think down here towards the bottom of the yard, we had like harder soil. It's like compacted, like clay. And I tried to dig it all out and put in new soil and mushroom compost. And, you know, there's everyone has their own like gardening methods. That's why if anyone out there has tips, tricks, any kind of advice, I'm always up for it. If you guys grow stuff, let me know what you guys try to grow. I mean, being self-sufficient, I mean, who knows? End of the world comes and I know how to keep growing food. I'm not that good at it, though. That's the problem. I've tried and I've tried a bunch of different things just to try to get better at it, I guess. But we're going to wait till about 15 minutes, so 2 more minutes, and then we'll give you the tour. For those that haven't seen it before, you can go back on the playlist and look at stream number 1 for the garden stream. This is all grass. No driveway, no plants, no nothing. It was all grass. And half of the grass up here in the top didn't grow very well. We'll give you the grand tour here in a few minutes. And suggestions. What do you want me to try to grow? We did watermelon and cantaloupe one year. I had a cantaloupe about the size of my fist and a watermelon about the size of a golf ball. There's like one scoop of watermelon on the inside. And we did trellises to hold them up, and I, built a fence so they could crawl, and I did everything I could. When I do zucchini or squash, I get bugs, so I haven't done those. Um, Cucumbers I liked before, but those aren't sent up. I hear music helps plants grow. That's I come out here and sing to them. I come out here and sing to them. But I am open for suggestions in the comments, especially if you're watching a replay, please. Orange, nah, tropical fruit like that doesn't work up here in Pennsylvania. I would love to. I tried a pear tree and a peach tree. When I first moved in here, right over there, I planted a pear and a peach tree. I must not have planted them deep enough because they didn't really make it. So, but the other fruits I wanted to try, strawberries, I tried the birds and the ground. I have my family of groundhogs over here. We'll take a look at too. All right, we're at the 15-minute mark. Let's take the tour. I've done enough talking. Everybody's leaving. It's gonna take a while to get people back in the mode for these garden streams. I know. Let's flip our camera. Man, I wish there was a quicker way to do this. Let's go for a walk. Green, yeah, beans are a good one, Vic. I did green beans last year, and they grew really well. All right, so let's take a overall look first. Driveway. Anybody want to play some one-on-one? So here, left to right, we have the grapevine, artificial grass, the fire pit. Hey, Sharon, what is happening? How you doing? So in this whole area here, the grass wouldn't grow. So I had to put this, luckily one of my friends got an artificial grass in his backyard for his dog to play. And should have turned the air conditioner off. Let me go do that. Just so we don't have that noise in the background. Let me go turn off my AC real quick. I'll let you look at the herb garden while I go turn my AC off just for the hell of it. All right, so let's start with the herb garden. You heard it through the grapevine, says Odd. So here first we have good old rosemary. This is Rose. Hi, Rose. Barbecue rosemary. All right. So rosemary, if you're making chicken, it's always nice to steak. Throw it in there on a steak, and this will hopefully fill up like a big bush here and grow up. Part of the herbs with the bird. That's a hydrangea. It should have big flowers someday soon. In each one of these wine barrels, we have basil, 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 parsley. And here's our clematis. This is a climbing flower that I was hoping would like cover the whole thing. This is 3 years in. The flowers are cool looking. Look how awesome those look. Those look really cool. They're already bloomed and about done. They bloom, and in a little week they're done. This is lemon thyme. This actually the thyme. It's about that time. You can make all your thyme jokes now. And the oregano made it through the winter. And see how these are starting to flower. I just pull those off. So this is lemon flavored thyme. It adds a little citrusy scent to it. I do my allspice. The oregano as well adds some different flavors. So that's what I usually use. Parsley, mainly a lot of basil, lemon thyme, and oregano are the main ingredients for the allspice. The birds love my bird bath. And on this side, my OCD, it's exactly the same. So you got same on that side that's on this side. There's my little duckies. Ducky got a bee on him. All right, Grandma. My grandma's duckies. So over here, I do have potting mix for 2 more wine barrels. Now, these are fake wine barrels. It's composites. We'll see how those work. Similar to those ones there, same idea. They're like $15. I figured why not grab those, because I'll show you where we might be using those. So herb garden, doing well. This is probably the part that I do the most work with, because like once a week in the middle of summer, I have to come out here, clip it all, take it inside, wash it off, and then after I wash it off, dry it out. Hey, Charles, what is up, brother? Good to see you, Charles. So this is the rock garden, herb garden. For those that know, I have 3 rescue cats. And sorry to get a little morbid, but one will be buried right there, one will be buried over there, and one will be buried there eventually, but hopefully that's not for a long time. Thank you, Charles. So herb garden, we got a little bit more to do here. I didn't know I was going to grow pineapples. Look at this big pineapple right here. Actually, my neighbor's going to come over and trim the top. I trimmed this bush, but I couldn't get the top, so it looks like a pineapple. So does that one. Looks like a pineapple. This has hair on top. See, all this used to be grass. I used to have my grill down here and stuff. But there you go. Let's go look at the grapevine, since Odd's heard it through the grapevine. You can see little bushels of grapes start to form. There's tons of them. Now the problem once again here with fruit is the birds will eat them. And what I have to continuously do with this grapevine is train the branches to grow, whether I got to clip them off or tuck them under. We're making them all go that way. And then these will eventually, I'm going to have this tree trimmed too, because look, it's getting too close. Look at them reaching up to try to connect to the tree. So this will eventually, this will all grow this way, crawl through here. The grapes will go all the way down through here. There's my groundhogs. You see them? There's 4 babies and a mother that live in that hole. That's where my groundhogs live. They have burrowed one hell of a tunnel system underneath this shed here. Now, I wouldn't buy onions this year. I'm going to show you something here in the backyard. Now, there used to be a huge tree right here, and it was humongous. It fell down during a storm 2 years ago now. And my neighbor and I cleared it all and planted grass. It looks phenomenal now. So I threw a bunch of onions down there, and they're actually still growing, so that's not bad. I'm not going to go down there because my Wi-Fi, but I did throw sunflower seeds down there too. I'm going to try out sunflowers to see if I can grow a sunflower down there. I love, look at that grass. Cut my grass today. Made sure it looked good for you guys. How's everybody doing out there? Let me know in the chat. Let's go over what we have in the garden here. I bought my mom one of these for Christmas, and after I saw it, I was like, I need one of these. So you can sit on it, or you flip it over and you can kneel on it. See my nice little fire pit there. Change that up a little bit this year as well. I'll bench on it. Hope everyone's doing well. Make sure to hit the like, share it out. This is the first of our spring, our garden series. So let's start over here. Told you about the blueberries, right? Look. Blueberries. You see them? There's some blueberries right there. You guys can see the berries. They haven't ripened yet. There's more over here. Blueberries. So this is year 3 for the blueberry bush, and we're finally getting berries. You see this? All these little pieces should be blackberries. Hey, there's Mama. Hi, Mama. So we should be getting blackberries here too. Once again, that's why I built this crazy system to cover it up with nets so the birds don't eat it. The birds just come here and eat these, man, and they're gone. Good to see you, Mama. This year I changed something though. How about this shit? That is a sage bush that made it through the winter too. And the thing that I've changed is the peppers and tomatoes I'm growing out of buckets, thanks to my cats. So now I have all these containers. I saw some videos on YouTube of people growing out of these containers. You drill holes in the bottom, you put rocks in the bottom, and then your soil. So now I'm not dealing with the ground soil, dealing with nothing but good soil. Now I've treated it with weed. Creams don't grow too much. Down the side here, the marigolds will go. I normally have marigolds. They're actually sitting right there. I haven't planted them yet, but I want to dig those holes out really good. Because last year my marigolds didn't do very well. Originally, when I planted the marigolds, they grew so well, it looked like one big row of marigolds. And they're all yellow. It looked really nice. So what do we have? Banana pepper. These are yellow tomatoes. And this is going to be my cherry tomato. So let's jump into the actual garden and take a closer look. So I still might plant that asparagus I was talking about. It's just, it takes a couple years before you actually get any asparagus, and it seems like a bitch to maintain and grow. So let's see what we got here. These are my tomatoes. Like I said, lemon boy. Less acid in the tomato. They ripen to a yellow color. They're still just as good. Taste just a little, maybe a little sweeter, definitely. But that's better for my belly. I can't wait to make BLTs. Oh, I love me a BLT. This guy here will go into that Lowe's bucket. This is, and I'll probably have to build some kind of trellis. These are smaller tomatoes, little cherry tomatoes. These are like my breakfast in the summer. I'll come out, work in the yard, and just grab a handful of tomatoes and have breakfast. So this will eventually go into here with the potting soil I have over there, and this should grow huge and just have a bunch. Once these get to a couple feet high, I will build tomato trellises around this so they stay up, hopefully. Now, this little area here, I was going to do the asparagus because it does take a couple years and I'm not doing anything with it. But what I did first is planted radishes. So I have radish all the way through here. Those should grow. Last year, the radishes didn't do very well. We'll see how they do this year. But this is a first. We're trying all these in a little homemade raised beds. Here's my lovely marigolds. This is what they'll look like, hopefully. There is other marigolds that are like more like flower, like leafy. This is like one big ball. Pause. Picking at these. That must be a bird or something picking at those. Yeah, I might have to cover that or something. But that sage plant, man, that's amazing that that's still alive, keeping the demons away. My Steeler gnome is in trouble. My little grandma frog is good. There's my first berry bush adventure. Didn't come out very great, but we're finally getting blueberries. Marigolds. In the second, I'm going to try this out in the dirt first. Depending on how it goes, I have those whiskey barrels I might put in here instead. Mainly because we're testing out above ground growing this year. If it grows better above ground, we will convert this garden to mostly above ground. So you can see onions. I have onions growing all around these. And this is my favorite hunky food here. This is a kohlrabi, calarab, whatever you want to call them. The best comparison is it's a cabbage apple. About the size of an apple, but it's like a cabbage, like the inside of a cabbage. I can only eat so much of these, but they are just a treat for your boy Blaze. So we have a good bit of these. They'll grow up to like the size of a softball, hopefully. And then I tried right in here romaine lettuce. It never grows well, but we'll see if it does this year. So romaine lettuce in the middle, onions and kohlrabi in planter number 2, if you want to call it that. Down here used to be 3 separate things, now into 2. I kind of widened this area. And this is my newest adventure. I want to try berries like crazy. Look at the flowers all around that. We have blackberries. 1, 2, and I'll put that third one. I'm thinking about putting it in a container. Not sure yet. I'm going to have to do a little more research on that. Over here, raspberries. Not those kind of raspberries. This raspberry bush doesn't look like that good. Like it might. And this one here. So the raspberries don't look like I can start now very well. The fun part, like I said, last year we did a race. Flowers. See those 3 little buds here, and I plant 5 of these. And if they work good enough, they can grow to 8, 10 feet tall. These are sunflowers. Now 1, 2, actually I might pull this one right now because this one looks stronger. Same thing with these 2. We got 2 here. I'm gonna let those 2 grow. Let's plant this one here. So we'll put a sunflower here and see if it'll grow. And then I do have a couple sunflowers here in the corner. So if they grow, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sunflowers that'll just grow huge. Like it could be, man, look how beautiful it is out. A little bit of clouds, a little bit of sun, not too bright, not too hot. Glorious day. Be thankful we have this day today. I am. So we'll see how it goes with the berries here. Like once again, it's birds that I got to worry about. Um, if they grow too much, I have to cage them in somehow. See how I did that one there? Caged it in with stuff. Hey, Sally, what's happening? Good to see you. So we're not done planting everything. We still have the marigolds to do. Hey, Joker, what is up, bro? Thanks, everybody. Now we got some people in here. So these will be raspberries and blackberries. And I'm hoping eventually this is just a big, huge bush in the back here that has tons of berries in it. Um, I have a friend. I should have got a hold of her last month to pick her brain a little bit more about maintenance of these berries. That's don't go strawberries. But if I can have grapes, raspberries, there we go. We're back. Yeah, like I said, we tried the blackberry. I know we tried, what was it? Cantaloupe and watermelon. We tried cantaloupe and watermelon and didn't really do very well. Actually, if you go back in my streams, there's one stream where I have a table and we're cutting open the cantaloupes and the watermelon that I grew. And I mean, like I said, we got watermelon like the size of my fist, like a softball. It's crazy. Great to see everybody popping in. If you're watching the replay, leave me a comment. Let me know. Still have room. What do you guys try to grow? Any ideas? Green beans I should have thought of because, well, middle of summer, green beans with butter and garlic fried up. Those are always good. But this is where we sit so far as far as what if we're doing raised beds here. I don't like lima beans. See, it goes back to like the hot peppers and the jalapenos and stuff like that, things I can't eat. Beans in general, a lot of them are not good for me. Spinach, okay, spinach along with any types of lettuce are very hard to grow and maintain. Like I said, we have some, what was it? Some kind of lettuce. We have romaine lettuce growing right there. We'll see if it goes. Yeah, I tried growing up too, Sally. It don't. I always say I might grow old, but I'll never grow up. So I mean, it's constant work. I mean, arranging bricks and fixing this stuff up and getting the leaves out of here. And this whole area was dirt last year, and we planted right in the dirt. This year, I'm not a big eggplant person. I don't even know how that grows. If it grows above a bush or a tree or what it's compared to. Hey, there's Atticus. What is up, bro? Good to see you. Yeah, what we did, I mean, like I said, changed a couple things this year. We got more berries in the back, raspberries and blackberries. I may end up putting, you see, there's 2 whiskey barrels right there I just got, along with the potting soil. Bring those 2 barrels, unless I put the barrels over here somewhere. I kind of like how this setup is already. But the 2 whiskey barrels may go in this middle planter here and something like that. It grows in the ground, not a tree. Oh, is it like a root vegetable? I tried potatoes once. Potatoes weren't bad. It's just, little tiny potatoes. Squash here, that's like I said earlier, zucchini and squash, they attract a lot of bugs. So I do have 7. It's spray that that'll pesticide to try to keep the bugs off, and it works to an extent. It also, it's hard to maintain zucchini and squash here. Now, my neighbor has, when they grow zucchini or squash, they get huge. So I'm hoping they grow some too. Hey, what is up, Hot Fire Rose? Good to see ya. So we'll be keeping an eye on the blackberry and raspberry bushes in the back. Also, as they start to grow, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sunflowers, and I'm hoping those sunflowers will grow all the way up. I make a fire pit for a cook. There's your fire pit, Hot Fire Rose. Cherry tomatoes, you got them right here. This blue bucket will be cherry tomatoes. I will have to build a trellis, probably, some stakes in there and tie them to them. But this will be cherry tomatoes right here. Then we have yellow tomatoes in these 4. Green peppers in these 2. And banana peppers in these 2. Yeah, that's the cherry tomatoes. My mom loves them too, but like I said, I don't like have them for breakfast. I'll come out here and just chill in the garden, do some work, cut the grass, whatever, and grab a handful of cherry tomatoes for breakfast or lunch. I showed this earlier. I'll show it again. Starting to get blueberries. See the little blueberries? They're starting to ripen. They're not, this one's getting hard. So I don't know. It might take a while for the blueberries to work. Get that bug out of here. Bugs. Got the spray. But we're getting blueberries finally. 5 sunflowers. That means there'll be 6 suns in the sky. No, that means there'll be a shitload of sunflower seeds, hopefully. Literally, sunflowers grow from exactly what you think it would, a sunflower seed. But we already have a couple seedlings growing in the back with the sunflowers. I'm hoping that they continue to grow. My parents had one when I was a kid. We had 8-foot sunflower in our front yard. It was really cool. And then you take the top off, you let it dry it out, and sunflower seeds. Watermelon we tried, and cantaloupe we tried. Prime time. You can go back you can find the playlist that's with this stream, all the garden streams. I have an entire playlist on my channel. And if you go back far enough, there's one where I had cantaloupes and watermelons right in this centerpiece here. It was all cantaloupe and watermelon. I built trellises. We tied them off with pieces of t-shirt and stuff to hold them up. And then right over there, we set up a table in the middle of summer, and we had like tiny, tiny pieces of watermelon and cantaloupe. It was kind of fun. Cucumbers. Yeah, we last year, remember we had our cucumber race in the back? I had like 4 or 5 cucumbers. I really think there's something wrong with the dirt. And no matter how far I dig and no matter what I put in it, the soil here isn't working out well. So I'm hoping that doing it in buckets and raised planter beds and stuff like that, I'm hoping we'll get better yield. I had success with cucumbers before. And yeah, if they're not big enough, they're pickles. But there's a process to make them pickle. Speaking of a process, I never put yeast in it yet. But from that grapevine, I have a jar in my fridge of 100% pure grape juice. It's been in there for 4 years, though, so I don't know how good it is. And I never put like yeast or anything in it. I can make fucking wine out of it. Thanks, Prime Time. It's a hell of a process, man. I'm telling you. If you enjoy this stream and you want to hang out with more of them, go to the playlist. Go all the way back to the very first stream. And you'll see a shot from right about here. And from here all the way out is nothing but just grass. None of this existed. Year by year, little by little, a couple more pavers here, a little more gravel there. Okra? Now, what's that compared to, LD? What's that? What's comparable vegetable to okra? Is that like a lettuce? No? telling you, I'm trying to catch these groundhogs on camera. There he was. He stuck his head back in. There's 5 of them. I should post a picture of them that I have. There's 5 little heads poking out of that hole right there. Sometimes they poke their head out of the cinder block. But they were crawling out here, crawling up here. 2 little groundhogs in the morning would crawl up here and sit here. Next thing I know, they had this dug. I had to put this here for a reason. There's a hole, and it goes down into their burrow. So they were entering their burrow here as well. So I had to close that off. They literally tore up a hole here and dug a tunnel to get down underneath. It's pretty crazy. Mother Primetimes put okra in her homemade soup. I have to look up okra. Oh, there's a spider web right there. I love spiders. When it comes to your garden, AK, what is up, brother? I was just asking Mitch about you yesterday, my man. Big shout out to my man, AK. Hey, Mitch said you're doing well, my friend. I was glad to hear, brother. How are you today? Oh, green beans or eggplant, okra. Okay, not bad. I mean, I'm up to try new stuff, man. This turf was the best investment. It was free. My friend gave it to me. My beautiful fire pit. AK in a building. So for those that don't know, we do get deer back here, and I'm in the city, but we do get deer in the woods. Turtles, turkeys, all kinds of birds, but small like green beans. Love the garden. Great job. Thanks, man. Thanks, brother. Potatoes are tough, man. Potatoes you grow underground, and then you wait till the sprouts up and flowers, and then as soon as they start to droop, dig up the potatoes. But the potatoes will be like this big, little potatoes. But once again, the problem that we've had in this garden that I found over the last, now 10 years is, and I've never tested the pH in the dirt and all that. I'm sure it's not right, because I've literally given plants to my neighbor and their plants are humongous and mine don't grow. Actually, funny story, that G I stole from my high school. That's the goal line from my high school stadium, the goal line sign off the fence in my high school stadium. Please don't tell on me. So we're growing things over the ground this year. We're gonna do more, the buckets and things like this. So all of our peppers and tomatoes are here. You can see the onions everywhere. The onions are coming up, and these are all kohlrabi. Over here, I don't spacing of the sure them in planters or not. I'm going to do some research on that. That's what she said. Pause. It gets bigger and bigger if you play with it. So I have these 2 fake whiskey barrels over here and potting mix. Oh, I was on the spiders. I lost track. Spiders kill the bugs in your garden. So spiders I actually wrote a song back in the day called Spiders in the Garden. Because spiders in your garden are a good thing. They keep the bad bugs away. So if I see a spider web or a spider in this garden, I normally leave it there. The okra plant, I got you. But the most amazing thing to me was this oregano and these lemon thyme buckets, they made it through winter. And then in each one of those whiskey barrels is basil and parsley. And then I have a hydrangea there, family. We ain't snitches. Snitches get stitches. And then we have, these are clematis. And they're trying to cover. I wanted them to cover this whole trellis, and but the blooms look good, little color. I want to add to the garden. I wasn't a big flower guy, I was all Hey, Monstar, thanks for stopping in, Sean. Means the world to me, bro. Hey, you guys check out his shows early today. He had a three banger. YouTube. Wally. Well, big shout out to Monstar. Okay, chef. Here's what we got real quick, Monstar. You had a pet spider once. His name was Incy Wincy. Oh, jeez. So, Sean, I got blackberries and raspberries back there. Onions, kohlrabi here. Romaine lettuce, which I doubt will grow. And then this is banana peppers, green peppers, yellow tomatoes, and these four, and cherry tomatoes in the blue bucket, the Lowe's bucket. You water it, Wally. Hey, Dubs is in the house. So my question, Monstar, Sean, I'm always looking for new things to grow and how to cook things. You always go to my chef to find out. So I'm hoping, see how I have all this crazy shit constructed around here? What kind of lettuce does grow there? Here's the problem. That's why all these buckets are here. I'm pretty sure I can't grow shit in this dirt. You know what I mean? So I had extra romaine seeds, so I planted them in that blank space, just hoping they'll grow. Pretty sure my dirt just doesn't hack it. That's why I changed this up, put gravel down. Then I got, thanks to my cats taking shits all the time, I have all these buckets. I looked online. A lot of people are growing out of things like this. It should be enough to still have fruit. I learned a couple new tricks about some of these plants as well. We'll trellis them if they grow up big enough. And then I do even have, man, I love cheesecake. So I do have blueberries. So eventually, if I can make a blueberry cheesecake or a raspberry cheesecake or a blackberry cheesecake, if I can make a cheesecake from berries that I grow, how satisfying would that be? Yeah, and I don't need a full length grow. That's the benefit of it. All I need is to get big enough to have fruit. Plus, I'm only feeding one person, me, and I don't eat a lot. I don't need a lot. I just need better. Like last year, my peppers, I may have had 2 peppers all year. Blueberries here. So I'm hoping. There we go. Come on. I'm hoping that those blueberries can. This is 3 years for the blueberry bush, and they're finally having fruit, which is awesome. I'm just happy to see blueberries. Hopefully next year I'll have enough. And if I have to, I'll cover this again. That's why all these fucking stakes and shit are here. So I put bird net over top of it because I'll come out here and look and be like, oh, look at all these berries. And tomorrow I'll come out and they'll be gone because of damn birds. Yeah, I've seen some of the water systems. Water's not my problem, though, Dubs. My problem is the actual dirt in the ground. So unless I'm changing the pH, I actually dug so deep, like 2 feet, and tried nothing but new soil. Doesn't work. So it's the ground, which is fine. Yeah, I've seen some of those, Dubs. They're pretty crazy. And I've seen a lot of irrigation things, even with like these, they'll put like a tube down in there to help water it. So I'm up for, any advice, any tips, any tricks, any things that you guys think could help. I saw prime time peaches and pears. I'd love to have those. Same thing. If I made a cheesecake, a peach cheesecake out of my own peaches, actually right over here, I had a peach tree and a pear tree. Now, they were only like $20. I figured that's not a bad deal if I end up getting peaches and pears and stuff. But they didn't grow. And it was probably because, number one, there was a big tree there and this big tree here, so they weren't getting much sun. This tree needs to go. And this is one of the biggest freaking trees in the world. I'm going to have my neighbor come over and trim the bottom at least. So I'm really afraid to drink. I have a jar of 5-year-old grape juice, 100% grape juice. See, here you go. See, these need to be, you have to train them to go that way. And sometimes you have to break them. I want you to go that way. But we're getting all types of little grapes. The birds and the ants will have a feast. And then we may have some. The ground's pretty dry. Plus, if you dig like a foot down in, it's all like clay and shit. And I've already tried to dig and use different soils and mushroom composts and all kinds of different solutions to fix it. This is my 13th year here. Arugula. Love it. Fresh, tart, bitter, and pepper. Arugula is leafy like lettuce, right? I used to like endive. Endive was one of my favorite lettuces when I was a kid. My grandmother used to grow it. Let's see if our groundhogs are out. Where you at, groundhogs? There's 4 babies. Arugula, kind of like a lettuce. That would be. But I'm already know that lettuce hasn't grown very good here. I didn't have very much success with lettuce in my other house. But I got rosemary. Make a steak, throw a little rosemary on there when you're basting your steak. I also throw a little bit of rosemary in my allspice, which is made right here from this garden. Basil, parsley, lemon thyme, and oregano. That's my allspice. Garlic powder. I tried to grow garlic before, which garlic is pretty interesting to grow. You kind of seed over here. Garlic is interesting to grow because you buy. So I tried to grow garlic. I tried to grow ginger. Ginger has a lot of great health benefits. Yeah, cucumbers aren't good for my belly, Dubs. I don't do too much. Plant root. Oh, my grandmother used to make strawberry rhubarb. My grandmother used to make strawberry rhubarb, which was amazing. I wonder if rhubarb will grow good. What I'm hoping, guys, is that those buckets work well, because I don't need like tons. I just need enough to grow well. Rototill. I have a rototiller. Yeah, a rototiller. I have a rototiller. I've done it. Listen, when I first got here, the garden started up to here. When I go back, look at the old streams, you'll see the progression of this garden. The garden used to come all the way up here. I don't need that much of a garden. But I dug so deep, so deep, so deep. The buckets are big enough. I've seen online people growing from these. And my mother actually grows from a couple of these plastic bins too. I don't know, 35-pound buckets. Yeah, 35 buckets. It's pretty deep. That's about a foot and a half deep. Here's the buckets right there. I'll put the cherry tomatoes in that. So if we get yield from those, we'll be fine. I still can't believe that sage bush is alive. I'll show you what my neighbor did. My neighbor built OG awesome garden over here. Bee's nest. I had to kill it with gas, and then I'm replanting the grass there. Oh, I don't think my Wi-Fi will go this far. I should just turn off my Wi-Fi and go to. There we go. I did lose my Wi-Fi. There we go. We're back. But there you go, guys. Coming up on the hour mark. Corn I tried before too. You know what it came out like? Rock hard corn that you couldn't. To maybe mid-June and July. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sunflowers. So I'm hoping they grow 6, 7, 8 feet. We'll have sunflowers all along the back of the garden. Thanks, Dubs. Rhubarb, arugula. That's so much easier just to go buy at the damn store. But it's the fun of trying to grow it. Here's my next, Sean, you'll appreciate this one. My next adventure. See if we got cats over here, no kitties. So I saw this when I was out, and I said, wouldn't it be cool to grow asparagus? Asparagus farts are the best. I know, Sally, can you imagine 5 big, huge sunflowers over there? Plus, they're black and gold Steeler colors. So here's what you get with asparagus. I did a little research on asparagus. Here's an asparagus crown. You plant it this way on a mound, and you kind of drape the roots around it, and it'll grow up. You'll get a female plant that does not have asparagus, and then you'll get the asparagus grow. Now, they tell you the first time you start to have asparagus grow, don't eat it right away. You wait till 2 years before you can eat the asparagus. So it takes a while. They actually show you here how to plant it. So you make a little hill over top, cover it with a couple inches. So I've been researching asparagus because I do like asparagus, not a lot of it, just like Mama said. No, I can only eat so much of it. Yes, I tried potatoes. I had a bed at my old house, and that's all underground. Like I said, you wait till the roots crawl up, and then they flower, and as soon as they start to wilt, you pick your potatoes. And I had like 10 little potatoes like this big. That's why I was like, man, potatoes are a lot easier just to go buy. Same thing with onions, but I guess I didn't mention that. When I make my allspice, it is these spices over here, along with garlic powder and onion powder. I'll make my own onion powder, white and green, out of these onions. I'll cut these up. So yeah, I'm gonna try the asparagus. The thing is, I need an area that I'm not going to touch for 2 years. So here's the thing. See this area right here? These are all radishes. Once the radishes come and go, and if they don't work like they didn't last year, I'm thinking I might use this spot for the asparagus to try it out. Because I'm going to use this. I'm not going to use this part. I can do asparagus right here. And then this week I have all my marigolds. They'll go in these little holes that I made. Yeah, man, this is my sanctuary, Dubs. I did this myself. I'm very proud of it. It's my little oasis in a garden. I'm glad you're here for the ride with us. So we'll have the sunflower race. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll see whose sunflower grows the tallest. Like you said, there's 4 sunflowers right there. Now, eventually, I'm going to find out which one is the strongest and pick the other 3. Yeah, they grow right on the shelves. But I have some planted there, some planted there, planted here, and planted there. So we'll see. We'll see how the sunflowers go. Ooh, look at that moth. That's probably not good to be there. Let me see that. Look at that thing. See it? It's huge. I think it's dead. It's half dead. Into the compost, you moth. This is one of the coolest little inventions. You can put your tools in the side, flip it open, and you can kneel on it. Yeah. I'm actually using air fryer. You can use an air fryer to dry those out too. You put spices in your fryer, and I also have a spice grinder. You pick plant number 2. Well, let's wait till we see which one's gross. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 has a nice head start with those 3 plants there. Berries, baby. All right, Mark, don't want to waste too much of your time. And there, my grandmother's honey from her garden. Going to try peaches. I had a peach tree, bro. I'm telling you, right there, I had a peach tree, and I had a pear tree. I'm not against trying that again, my man. You let me know. So the marigolds still need to go in. We're going to finish this bucket I just did because those are the cherry tomatoes. I'm getting really hungry. I'm going to go have my lunch. What are you guys having for lunch? I'm going to have an egg sandwich. I'm going to have an egg sandwich for lunch. Eventually, egg, onion, tomato sandwich. And then BLTs. Oh, that's why I want to grow lettuce. I want to grow some kind of lettuce. So, I mean, I can't grow bacon. Oh, if I could grow a bacon plant, that would be phenomenal. Home fries. That sounds really good, Dubs. That's where we're at. We got the herb garden. We got 2 more whiskey barrels there. I do not know. Arugula sounds good, man. Arugula might be something to try. I'll have to do a little research, watch a couple videos. But I'm almost guessing, especially if those berries don't grow and I got to pull those, that we're going to have nothing but raised beds and planters in there instead of using the dirt, which is fine. Which is fine. Get chickens. I get pigs so I can have bacon. So there we are, show number 1 in the books. This garden we will keep track of this year and see how it grows, what doesn't. Normally it's 50-50 each year. Half the stuff grows, half the stuff dies. But I really appreciate you guys. This is like I got to thank Sean for this type of stream. He always encouraged me to do some Greg streams where I'm just chilling with you guys and talking about what I have out here and enjoying the day with you guys instead of hooting and hollering and yelling like a maniac on the wrestling streams all the time. There's a cat that comes around that I feed. That's his bowl, her bowl. I think she might be one of my cat's mothers. There's 2 stray cats that are around here. Let's get the ground off the back. This is what I do every day when I come out. Try to catch the groundhogs. Yeah, I mean, you're only on this earth for so long. Why not share it? I have this beautiful yard here, and I want to share it with you guys. And I'm glad that you guys are along for the ride. I got a shitload of onions down there as well. I don't know if I turn my Wi-Fi off, I might be able to go back there. There we go. We're on 5G now. So I bought onion sets off of the guy that I normally buy onion. Oh, guess what? I planted a sunflower seed. I planted a sunflower here too. We'll see if a sunflower grows there. Back here in the woods, I got a bag of onion sets, and they were all like kind of moldy. They weren't great. They were old, and he gave them to me for real cheap. But I threw them right here. Look at these onions. Those are all onions. I'm going to use these for green onions. Look at all those onions. It looks like grass. That's actually all onions. You can see some of the onion bulbs. I just threw all the bulbs here and then threw soil over top of it. So I might throw more soil here. I'll use all these green onions for my allspice. I'll cut off the tops. I may have some regular onion bulbs under there too. Who knows? But they're not in any order. They're just all thrown there. And I planted a sunflower here too. I wanted to use the whole thing of sunflower seeds. So we'll see how these sunflowers grow back here, guys. Oh, I'm so glad that tree's not there. For you guys who've been following for a couple years, remember the big ass tree that used to be there? I cut my grass today. Look how beautiful it is. Oh, I always wondered when I was younger there, I was talking about how old men are always all proud of their grass and their lawns. Now I understand. Now I understand. I've worked my ass off on this lawn. I'm getting old for this shit. That's going to do it, guys. We will be back in. We'll try to do this every week so you can get updates. Give me ideas. If you're watching the replay, like I said, go ahead and drop a comment what you want me to try to grow. Actually, Sean, you could drop a comment and put those things back in there so I can remember. Okra, arugula, anything else that starts with a vowel and ends with a vowel. All right. We'll be back later on tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. The first ever light tube match in LTD. Appreciate you guys. Oh, what a show. This is what I like to do, guys. Hang out with you for a little bit. Talk shop. Enjoy the lovely weather. You're having good weather out there too. Enjoy it, people. Peace and positive vibes, each and every one of you. Thanks for being a part of this show. Leave me a comment below. Drop a like. And I'll see you in the streams. Thanks, everybody. Peace.